time. So when the inauguration of Bullacard party that day, I was asked to bring some prasad to offer to Prabhupada to give for all the devotees. So I, being a stupid South Indian, so I went there and I brought coconut and gur. That's what South Indian prasad is. But these coconuts were not soft, they were very hard. And then the gur was also not good class. So I had a big plate of pieces of coconut and gur. So it was brought in front of Prabhupada, and Prabhupada looked at, what is this? So Lokanath Swami says, this is prasad for, we are starting the Bullacard today. Oh, Bullacard? Put his hand there. And he took a piece of coconut and gur, small one, put in his mouth. And he was talking. The talk was about how we go about when we do the Bullacard party. What do we do? So he was having this on one side. He kept on talking, then he will move it to this side, like this, then to this side, to that side. This way he was keeping it till it all melted and he could actually eat it. So I was feeling very grateful, because I was thinking that I should have asked Lokanath Swami what prasad I should bring. It should have been some sandesh, because naturally this Prabhupada is so old and it's not something that hard should be given to him for eating. And even though it was unfit, he accepted that. Not only accepted that, he kept it in his mouth till he could actually eat it. It was suffering for an old person to do that, and talk also at the same time. And he went on explaining things and keeping on changing this from one side to the other side, and showing that, look, I have accepted it, and because you have given it with love, so I have taken it. Bullacard was there, so next day when he walked around the yard, then he saw the Bullacard. We had a banner on the Bullacard which said, in a semicircle like this, it said, Bhakti Vedanta Bullacard Travelling Sankirtan Party. It says Travelling Sankirtan. So Prabhupada stood there and he put his head like this and he was reading, Bhakti Vedanta Bullacard Travelling Sankirtan. And then he said, Jai. So then he came to the bulls, fed them some grass, patted on their cheek like this. Then he said that these bulls are carrying Gaur Nitai for preaching. They will go back home, back to garden. They won't have another life. I was holding the picture of Prabhupada in the front, that picture with a big flower garland. And Maharaj was in the back. We were all dancing, and Bullacard arrived in Mayapur temple. And so we went to the temple hall first, and Navayogendra Swami was chanting there. And Lokanath was leading the kirtan. As we came in, they got together, both of them, and they had a big kirtan for another 45 minutes. By the time it was already 11 o'clock, over 11. So then Maharaj said, well, let's go and see Prabhupada. And we were all climbing upstairs. And Hari Surya was standing there like this. He said, you can't go now. It's 11 o'clock. What is all this noise? Keep quiet, go back. Prabhupada is tired, he's sick, and he was standing there like this. And we were looking, like that. Prabhupada came out of his bathroom and turned to go into his room. And he was opening the door like this, and then he just turned this way and he saw us. He said, oh, Bullacard party, come. And Prabhu is standing here and we are all going this way, that way, over him. He's still standing there trying to stop us, at least trying to stop some of us. Everyone was in. Prabhupada sat down, wiped his nose like this, and he said, so, Lokanath Swami, how are you? And he seemed to be gaining strength. And he looked very tired, but he was becoming stronger. And he had this bottle of barfi. He opened that and he gave everyone one piece. And he asked, where were you last night? So Lokanath Swami said that this Gaudiya Mutt in Navadvip one Gaudiya Math, they charged us 2 rupees per head to sleep in a Kirtan Mandap in front of the deities, which had no roof. Means they were charging us for the sky. 2 rupees each per head. And Prabhupada laughed and he said, "Oh, this is nothing." And he said, "You know, mutts, it's a big thing." He said, "They used to use the shalagram for cracking the bitter nuts." He said, "This is called mutt." And he said, "This is what happens to the Brahmins." Like that. And then he said, then he asked every single, after Allahabad, till Mayapur, he was asking, "Did you go to this village? Did you meet this man there?" He said, "Did you go to Fatehpur? Did you see that Gaurnitai Bhavan? Those nice deities, did you visit there?" And then it was like every single thing that was green in our memory, he was saying. And he said, "You know how I know these places? Because I have gone to every single place for preaching." He said, "I was staying in Gaurnitai Bhavan." And then he was telling, "Did you go here? Did you go there?" And he said, "How did you do the Bihar side? How did you do the Bengal side? Were you in Bardwan?" So Loknath Swami said, "Yes, we came by the truck, but we got down in Bardwan and we started from there." Like that. And he was talking for a long time. Most probably he was talking for over an hour. And then he said, "Now that you have come to Mayapur, now you should go to Puri." Like that. And that was the last thing he said.